Well, hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you here on, Inspirations for Your Life. Thank you so much for deciding to join in with us. It's really great, like us, to have you here. And I hope that you guys find a lot of value out of tonight's show. So, we'll get started here in just a moment. But if this is your first time here, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome and thank you so much for joining us. If you're coming back, I want to say welcome back and thank you so much for coming back and joining us. Always appreciate people that enjoy the content that I produce so they can inspire and make their lives even better than they already are. Guys, if you haven't checked out believemeachieve.com, why not do that right after the show is over? It's available 24 hours a day. You can get my short form content, my long form content. You can get articles, reels, and so much more. So definitely check that out. If you are thirsty, feel free to get yourself a drink, maybe a snack or fruit or whatever have you. But without further ado, guys, let's just kick this show off. All right. So I hope you guys are ready for an amazing show here. Again, this is the Inspirations for Your Life show. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into another powerful episode of the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life show, the daily motivational show that helps you think sharper, feel stronger, and lead your own life on purpose. By the way, this is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. I'm also an engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach. Yes, a graduate student and a passionate lifelong learner. And it is my privilege and pleasure to be with you here today on the Inspirations for Your Life show. As you know, I've spent years building businesses, creating content, and coaching people just like you to unlock, well, their own creativity and solve better challenges and problems to design a life you're proud to live. Tonight's episode, all about the master topic from the week, high impact, living 7 days to think sharper, feel, and lead. Yes, your own life. And today on Thursday, it's all about focusing creativity, ideas, and problem solving together. This is Series 4, Show 51, Episode number 6. We're going to train your brain to stop waiting for inspiration and start producing it on demand. Yes, you heard me. That's something we actually can do. It's not something to be fearful of, but it's something that you absolutely, absolutely can do. And I hope that this will inspire you to take, how can I say, get you to take more actions in your life because they are very, very possible. Okay. They're definitely very, very, very possible. So definitely check that out, guys. I think you'll be very happy with, the content that we're producing and all this amazing stuff. So definitely, definitely check out. And I hope that it not only resonates with you, but I hope that it actually brings you to, let's say, a new point in life. Yeah, a new point in life. A point in life to change your life and basically where you're coming from. So I think that's very important. So definitely think about that, guys. Definitely, definitely, definitely think about that. And so, again, I want to take the opportunity here to personally welcome everyone on the ever popular, yes, Inspirations for Your Life show. And we're all about making amazing, positive changes, guys. Changes that I feel that you can make with your own life, but you have to first believe that they are possible. Yes, believe that they are possible. And you'll find out that they're pretty amazing and that there is not too much that you can't do. So definitely give this a shot, guys. I think the more that you believe in this, the more you understand that this is not just a one off. This is something that you can do every single day of your life. So, what are you waiting for, guys? Definitely try this out. And I hope that it will take you to, like I said, new levels of life, right? New levels. Um, so, number one, capture every idea and judge them later. That's an important one, guys, to capture every idea and to judge them later. I think a lot of people, they want to judge things now, but I want to tell you that it's more than the now. It's the fact that our lives have so much infinite potential. So demanding perfection at the exact moment an idea is born kills creativity. Capture everything on paper, in your phone, or a voice memo, and let your mind flow. Knowing evaluation comes later, not now. Number two, guys, change your environment to spark new thinking. If your ideas feel stale, your surroundings might be too. A different room, seat, or perhaps locations um, interrupts autopilot and invites new connections you'd never see from the same old chair. So I think these are important things to think about. The things that we want to think about, but sometimes we don't actually know how to think about them. So I think that's a very important thing. And the next point that I want to share with guys is a really important thing, and that is ask. Ask, what are three different ways to solve this? Stopping at the first reasonable answer kills innovation. Forcing at least three options stretches your thinking beyond habit and often reveals smarter or simpler paths. Number four, guys, combine two unrelated ideas and see what appears. Creativity is often remixing, not inventing from scratch. Mash up unrelated concepts, a walk and a meeting, a game and a routine, and watch unexpected hybrid ideas just sort of appear. Number five, please take a short walk and let your mind just feel free to wander on purpose. Movement plus gentle mind wandering helps your brain connect the dots in the background. A 5 to 10 minute walk without your feed can surface insights that don't show up at your desk. Why? Because at the desk, you're looking for perfection. When you're doing this, it's like something is different. It's like you're approaching it from a different angle, from a different way. Number six, guys, don't be afraid to question the rule you've never tested. Many rules are just habits no one remembers choosing. When you ask who said it has to be this way, imaginary walls fall and new solutions become possible. But when you have people that are doing things the old way and they don't realize that things can change, that's the most important thing that I believe everybody here needs to understand. We can do things a different way, but we have to believe that we can do them. Does that make sense? If we can't believe, Henry Ford said this a long time ago. If you believe you're right, that's true. But if you believe you're wrong, that is also true. And I think these are very important things to be thinking about. All right. Very, very important things to be thinking about. So now that we have a little bit of a background on it, this hopefully makes some more sense. Number seven, spend just 10 minutes. You could do that. Journaling without editing yourself. That means no filtering, no editing the words. Write continuously about a problem or an idea with no backspacing or judging. Can you do that? This free writing pulls buried thoughts and angles to the surface so you can shape them later, right? You don't have to make them perfect now. You just need to get them down on paper so you can take them from your brain and do something different with them. I think that's a real key point that a lot of people like don't understand. Number 8, learn from people outside your industry. So a lot of times we want to learn from people in our industry. There's nothing wrong with that. But when we learn with people outside of our industry, we gain some new perspectives. We gain a new lens to our life. If you only listen inside your own niche, you think like everyone else in it. Borrowing ideas from other fields gives you, well, a well-rounded approach to your competition and what they may never see or even possibly try. Number 9, guys, replace "we've always done it this way" with "what if we didn't?" That one sentence is where many great ideas go to die. Each time you hear it, treat it as a cue to ask, what if we didn't? And reopen creative options. Number 10, guys, do one thing differently in your routine today or tomorrow. You don't need a life overhaul to think differently. Change one thing, one perspective, one element, your route, your task, order, or morning. Start and notice how your perspective shifts. Now, you may not see these things lighting the way for you like right away, but what I can tell you is that they will start to change your foundation over time. Number 11, guys, treat problems and challenges as the design challenges, not punishments. When something breaks, it's easy to feel attacked. Seeing it as a design challenge moves you from blame to curiosity and toward better systems. Number 12, ask better what-if questions. Stronger questions create stronger answers. What if I had to solve this with no money? Or what if I only had 24 hours, often to unlock as a learner for sharper solutions? Could I do it? Number 13, guys, turn complaints into design prompts. I think the reason that we stir up complaints is we're looking at the moment of where we are right here. And we feel that if it's not now, then we feel never, but that's not true. Every complaint hides a blueprint for improvement. We may not want to change, but if we're open to that, the new perspective, we'll gain insights to things that we didn't even know existed. Translate "this is annoying" into "how might we fix this?" And you'll never run out of meaningful projects. A lot of people make their decision based on how they feel in the moment, but the moment can be fleeting, right? You can't throw away the whole bathtub just because you don't feel like it today. Today will pass. You have to keep yourself grounded and keep working, even if you don't feel like it. Number 14, give yourself permission to make bad first drafts. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Great work usually starts ugly. I'm sorry, but it does. A rough outline or perhaps a clumsy prototype gives you something real to refine instead of staring at blank pages. And you might say to me, John, well, that never happens to me. Okay, if it never happens to you, that's fantastic. I'm happy for you. But if you can foresee how a roadblock could mess you up, that's powerful. Number 15, brainstorm quantity first. Quality comes after. In the idea phase, your job is volume. It's not judgment. And once you have a wide field of options, then you can edit, you can combine, and you can refine, right? Number 16, guys, look at the constraint as a creative advantage. Limits on time, budget, or tools can sharpen your ingenuity. Treat each constraint as a design brief that forces more elegant, focused solutions. Number 17, collaborate with someone who thinks differently from you. Invite a different style, detail oriented if you're big picture, bold if you're cautious, okay? Respectful for the friction that's shared with goals. I think those are important things to understand, but a lot of times we just don't get it. So I think we have to be understanding to what that means, right? So we can produce richer ideas than working alone. The whole idea, guys, is about collaboration. Collaboration is a big key to becoming successful. And I know you might be saying to me, John, you don't get my work. I don't need to get your work. What you need to get is that different opportunities may require different lenses. So you can look at the situation from different angles, right? We've all seen geometry before, and we know that if we look at it from one angle, we might not get the same perspective as looking at it from another. This is why angles are so popular in our world. We talked about angles several months ago on the tech show about how using angles can help us decide how many 360 cameras we need. Number 18, turn one recurring annoyance into a mini project to fix. That weekly frustration is draining energy and attention from you. Make it a small project, fix it on purpose, and enjoy the mental bandwidth you regain. Number 19, learn a tiny new skill that expands your options. You don't need a degree to upgrade your creativity. One shortcut, design trick, or simple automation can open new ways to build and present ideas. Number 20, notice when you feel most creative and protect that time. Everyone has peak creative windows. Once you find yours, guard it from low-value tasks and use it for your most important thinking. That means if creative brainstorming happens for you early in the morning, that's not the time to be checking emails first. Get your creative work done. And when you do, you're going to find that other things are going to be so easy for you to move forward on. All right. Number 21, keep a swipe file of things that inspire you. Save headlines, designs, quotes, and moments that make you say, wow. That personal information file becomes your go-to fuel when you feel stuck. Now, we've all felt stuck at one time or another, whether we want to admit it or not. We've all felt stuck. And there's a possibility we can get stuck in the future, but the key is knowing how to get unstuck, right? We've all probably been stuck even in our car, right? Once or twice. When that happens, how do we address it so that we can get unstuck? What are the resources? What are the tools we need? Number 22. When stuck, change the question, not the answer. Changing the question will give us the courage, the confidence to move forward. If you keep asking the same question, you'll keep getting the same answers. I've always said that smart people ask smart questions. Reframe it, and you'll see new possibilities often appear instantly. Yeah. Number 23, guys, say yes to and build upon an idea instead of cutting it. I know that can sound like a real daunting thing, but it's important to understand. So that's a very, very important thing to understand, like, what it means. All right. So yes, but stops momentum. Yes, and extends it. These are important things to understand, right? Even imperfect ideas grow stronger when you build before you critique. That's powerful, guys. Number 24, let curiosity, this is key, guys. Let curiosity, not perfection, drive your process. Remember, don't freeze. Get curious, okay? Ask questions like, what happens if I try this? What happens if I do this? What happens if we go this way? Keep having that spirit of curiosity and enthusiasm to experiment and to learn and to grow. Number 25, please see failure as a prototype, not a final product. A result that doesn't work is data. It's not a verdict. Each failure teaches you what to tweak for version 2.0, right? And we always have things we need to tweak. We can always get better at stuff in our life. We don't need to be an expert, but the more that we focus and the more that we practice, the more that we just get better. Number 26, guys, ask a non-expert what they see that you don't. You see, fresh eyes often spot obvious gaps or simple improvements you've grown blind to. And so by asking somebody that's not in your niche or somebody that doesn't know this, they're going to give you feedback based on what they see and understand. Outside perspectives reveal hidden assumptions. Number 27, guys, turn your best ideas into small experiments this week. An idea that never gets tested is just a wish. Pick one. Define a tiny one next to the step and learn from what actually happens. Number 28, guys, don't wait for inspiration. Show up and invite it into your life. Pros don't sit around hoping for lightning. They build steady habits, thinking, writing, sketching. That make inspiration more likely to show up. So you might say, John, we can't control everything. That's true. But if we have a certain attitude and we focus on certain things, we're going to find that it's easier to notice these opportunities and then take some decisive action to shape who we are becoming. Number 29, recognize that creativity is a muscle. Use it or lose it. Only using your creative mind in emergencies keeps it stiff. Daily reps like these keep it flexible and ready when life throws something new at you. Will you be ready for that? I don't know. But I think we have to be flexible. We have to be adaptable. We have to be someone that can grow and change as our environment does. Number 30, end your Thursday by choosing just one idea to move forward tomorrow. Before you wrap up, pick one idea, just one, to act on Friday or whatever day the next day you're would be if you're watching today, whatever the next day is. That single decision will turn this episode from inspiration into motion. And I think people get scared with how we're supposed to respond, how we're supposed to react. We were never expected to be perfect, but we were expected to be able to learn from our surroundings, from the people that are with us. I think those are key things that most people miss, not because they want to, but because they just don't see it. They're not tuned into that frequency, is the best way to say this. Does that make sense? And the more that we take an effort to want to be better, the more that we say, you know what, I need to learn this skill, I need to practice this skill. It doesn't have to be anything like going to college. It could be something simple as, you know, thinking how you do something at home or understanding a process and then refining that process so the process can get, well, a little bit better. And when it gets better, we'll start to feel the dopamine rush in our head. And it's like we got that natural high. And the natural high that wants to take us from mediocre life to extraordinary life. But why doesn't it work for some people? It's simple. Some people put the effort in and they get to point A, but then they don't keep putting the effort in. They get lazy, they stop. And then suddenly they say, this isn't a match for us, and we don't want to work with you anymore, or we don't want to be friends anymore. Communication, guys, is the key. I don't care whether we're talking about creativity. I don't care if we're talking about new ideas. I don't care if we're talking about goal setting. Master learning by mimicking behaviors that you resonate with. And then be sure to share more of those flavors with people so this way they can do other things. But don't get yourself frustrated because, I don't know, the Joneses are doing it, the Marksons are doing it, and I can't do it. Don't beat yourself up. We should never compare ourselves to other people. We should compare ourselves to ourselves. Like, how much better am I this time this year from where I was this time last year? Those are the comparisons we can make. But we should never compare ourselves to other people. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching or listening to the ever-popular Inspirations for Your Life show. In case you missed my name, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and this is your daily guide, ladies and gentlemen, to sharper thinking, feeling stronger, and leading your own life with true purpose. If today's creativity and problem-solving tools spoke to you and your heart, please do subscribe to the channel. Share this episode with someone who you know is ready to upgrade their ideas. And remember, you're only one brave thought away and one small experiment away from your next breakthrough. The only question is, when are you going to do it? Connect with me now at believemeachieve.com. Have a great one, and we'll catch you real soon. Be well, everyone.